Pardon me, sir. I think you have the wrong car.
Who is that? Maybe she can help us.
We're here! Help us here!
He's not well. 23 identities live inside of Kevin.
My name's Hedwig.
How old are you?
9.
So you're not the guy that took us?
Aren't you the clever one?
The only way we're getting out of here is if one of them decides to let us out. Could you help us?
I have a window in my room.
You could show me.
Now it's closed. Now it's open. Did you think it was a real window? So you could leave? Someone's coming for you. He's done awful things to people, and he'll do awful things to you.
Who's coming?
You're not gonna like it.
Split.
What is going on, guys? CrowShow coming at you finally with another video on the CrowShow. So how you guys doing with myself? So today, I'm just announcing that welcome back. Sorry I haven't been making a lot of videos lately. I'm thinking about making a video that'll explain everything that's been going on with me, 100%, no lies, no bullshit, no going around the bush. I was going to go ahead and tell you straight up what happened, why I haven't been making a lot of videos, and I promise that is the case. Mostly, I would say right now, one of the reasons that I haven't been making videos on this channel like this is because I was busy making a movie. I was trying to make another Division movie, and it turned out really well for some people, although only one person so far doesn't like it very much. But if you haven't seen it, I'll leave it in the description box below on the CrowShow 19 channel, which is called Division Survival, based off of the DLC of Survival for the Division game made by Tom Clancy. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't checked it out already, if you watch my videos on my first channel, and yeah. But basically this video is mostly about another movie review. I've been meaning to make at least 2 movie reviews already. I've went to go see Assassin's Creed and Underworld Blood Wars, pretty much. And then yesterday I just went to go see Split, which is with the actor who plays as Professor Xavier in X-Men First Class, and then X-Men Days of Futures Past, and then X-Men Apocalypse. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but you probably already know him by his name and everything, by who I'm explaining about. But here is the review for the movie Split, which is about a man with multiple personality disorder. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, there are going to be spoilers for the first, actually probably through the whole entire video, honestly. I don't think I can really stop not spoiling this movie, honestly. It was just, there's a lot that you have to explain, but you have to spoil the whole movie. So if you haven't watched the movie and you want to go watch it, don't watch this video. So let's go ahead and start off with the opening to the movie. I thought the movie was going to like start off really slow, and then like, you know, get into the story of how this man became, you know, the way he is with having multiple personality disorder. And you know what? It actually surprised me, because for some odd reason they just decided, you know, we're just gonna get right to the point and, you know, get right into the story and how this is all going down. Right off the bat, the scene where it shows the 3 main characters, the 3 girls, along with, I want to say that the 3 girls were basically the main character altogether as like a group. I don't think it was like, you know, one girl was the first main character, second girl was the second main character, third girl was the third main character. I don't think that was the case. I don't really know how it goes in the listing. I think it's the character that Professor X is playing as. I'm gonna call him Professor X just because I love Professor X in X-Men. Professor X's character was very strange as soon as like you see him come into the film. How he comes into the film was very, like, you don't see it that often. Like, there's been movies where like it shows the camera zooming in or like coming towards one of the other, you know, characters in the film, and then they basically go, "Hi, can I help you?" or "Hi, how are you?" basically implying the camera is that person. So that was just like, wow. I was like, oh wow, I haven't seen that in forever. And then when Professor Xavier got into the car with the 3 girls, you already know off the bat that was probably like, if you were in that situation, like you were in a car with a bunch of your friends and the man who was supposed to drive the car was not in the car, and then this strange dude that's all bald and mean looking and scary, you probably should just freak the fuck out and just get out the fucking car. Nope, that's not what these characters did. One of the main girls of the cast just straight up hesitated and shook out of, like, you know, being absolutely terrified, and just took her time looking at the guy, and then took her time opening the door to try and escape, giving the guy like, she even alarmed the car. Like, if you have a car, you know the fact, like, if you leave the keys into the ignition and you open a door, your car goes off with a beep. And the beep pretty much shown him seeing her trying to get out the car, and she didn't escape. Now, if that were me, honestly, I probably would have just straight up went, see you later, and he wouldn't have caught me. Seriously, if anybody would have freaked out, they would have given him plenty of time to get out of the car. And even if the guy tried to grab you, if you still keep freaking out, he can't really, you know, do anything. He'll lose his grip. But that's also the fact that he had the spray that pretty much knocks you out. So if you can dodge that, you know, hold your breath or something like that, because the girl clearly saw what that spray did to her friends in the back, because when he entered the car, they said, "Excuse me, sir, you're in the wrong car." He kind of just freaked out after, like, taking a deep breath, and then took the can of spray after putting on a hospital mask, and then sprayed the two girls in the back seat, pretty much knocking them out. She saw what it did, so she could have, like, you know, created the, you know, the freaking knowledge to be like, okay, so if I hold my breath, I can't smell it, I can't inhale it, I won't pass out. Nope, she just straight up took her time and just stayed in the car, and then her and her friends got kidnapped. Right off the bat, you think that this guy is kidnapping these girls to pretty much molest them or rape them, but no, that wasn't the case. I don't know if that was the case, because as soon as the movie started, he was trying to take one of the girls, and then one of the main girls said to her while she was being taken away, "Pee on yourself," disgusting him. Because he likes things, you know, neat and tidy. People with multiple personality disorders tend to be like, you know, wanting to straighten things that are already straightened, but they do it anyways, you know. So when the girl pretty much did that, he didn't find any interest in her, but then his multiple personality disorder kicked in, and then he's turning into a woman who said, "I have control of him, he's not to touch you in any form of way, he's to be good," and stuff like that. And he changed from that man to a girl, to a fashion designer who was, I think, gay, and then a 9-year-old child who was named Heinwick. And I think that character was pretty great. They put some comic relief into the whole movie with Heinwick's character, and I thought that was really good. In other words, just me being a man is all, being a guy. I have to say, these 3 young ladies, I think they were at least 19 years old altogether, were goddamn gorgeous. I honestly think that they were beautiful. Not hot, of course they were hot, but I'm just straight up saying these girls were all very gorgeous looking. They were very pretty, they were very, you know, nicely dressed, and they had nice makeup and stuff like that, making it really good in the movie, and their acting performance was just phenomenal. I thought it was fantastic. I like the backstory to one of the main characters in the movie, which is the last girl who pretty much survived the whole film. She goes into a flashback as her being a child and getting molested by her uncle, which is a really big common thing in the world. And this movie just makes it so realistic and, like, you know, true in actual time, because things like this do happen. There are people with multiple personality disorder. There are people who have gone through traumatic events such as molestation, rape, getting beaten to death, something along the lines of like that. And this movie was just so freaking, like, intense through the whole entire movie. Like, it's just as intense as Don't Breathe, and Don't Breathe was a really intense, freaking fucked up movie. And I loved it to death. And this movie was no joke. It was straight up all on point, serious, and I cannot believe how well done it was made. It also gives you the, you know, the mentality and the thought process to be like, wow, the human brain really is powerful. It really can define what you think, feel, and do, because through the whole entire movie, the main character that Professor X is playing is pretty much saying that there is this 24th personality in his mind that is so dark, so vicious, so frightening that it puts all the other ones into shape, pretty much scaring them to do whatever they want and do pretty much what they do. Which in some cases, as I've heard through many different stories of multiple personality disorder, there are at least 23 multiple personalities just in one human mind. But there is also that one in particular one that just brings all of those personality disorders to absolute fear, to bringing them pretty much out of the way and making this person do horrible things and things that are unremarkably impossible. It just makes you think, like, wow, this really does exist. Can the human mind really do that? Because through the last ending of the movie, he said that the beast, pretty much is what he called it, the beast can climb up walls with absolutely no friction, like this wall right here or this wall right here. It has no friction. My hand cannot grasp on it, so if I try to climb up it, I'm going to come down. But in his character, he said that the beast can climb up non-frictional walls with his hands like a Spider-Man, or like someone who's a really good climber on cliffs. And through the end of the movie, you see that actually happen. And it's like, if the human mind really is that powerful, is it possible to actually create something that vicious, that terrifying? Can you really grow huge muscles and be impervious to pain and bend things that are unbendable through normal human strength? Can it really be done? And it just gets you thinking through the whole process of the movie. Can that really happen if you think it? And then at the end of the movie, his character says to the young girl who survived, after her pretty much her clothes have been ripped apart and everything, he sees her scars on her shoulders and below her waist, showing that she has been, she's been broken, she has been not the same since her uncle pretty much came into her life and did what he did to her. And he basically said the broken are the ones who are worthy to move on and to succeed in life and are due to be fixed, He pretty much didn't hurt her because he realized he can't hurt her any more than what she's been hurt already. So he has no reason to hurt her anymore. But through this whole movie, I just thought it was so intense that it had me coming up to the front of my chair, through the back of it, crossing legs. I'm like getting more intrigued by it the whole entire time I'm watching the movie, and I cannot stress how freaking amazing this movie came all together as one, because you see a lot of movies that are done something like this, but you don't see that many done so realistically that actually, give you the feel of what it's like to be a multiple personality disorder patient, pretty much, and to be in that situation that you already know it's real, it's like that, the whole girl's story with her uncle and everything. It's just so realistic, and you just can't help but, think about it and realize, wow, this is actually happening in the world. And then at the very, very end, you see Bruce Willis come into the film when they're hearing about the news about this man who has multiple personality disorder, calling himself the Horde. And then they start mentioning this character who was in a wheelchair and stuff like that. And when then Bruce Willis comes into the shot, he says a name of that character, and it's implying that it was a tie-in through Split. And it made me wonder, what is the name of that movie? Never heard of that. So I had to look it up, and I haven't found any luck, but my friend Ashley, who came with me with her boyfriend at the time, yesterday, pretty much looked up and he found out the movie, and I have to still get it from him to be like, what was the name of that movie again? I don't remember what it was called. So, yeah, this movie, if I rate it out of 1 out of 10, I'm going to give it a straight up 10, just because it was a really well planned out movie. It was fantastic. Great job on Professor X's half of acting for this part. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you guys, is the review on Split. And see if you guys would want to go see it, please go see it. Very worth it. I thought it was crazy good. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to share. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.